Let's go, man. Let's freaking go. My boy Jinder Mahal did it, man. He did that. He just won the WWE Championship, man. He just won the WWE Championship. They doubted my boy. They doubted him. They said he couldn't do it. Look what he did, man. We in here. The Maharaja is the WWE Champion. Let's go. Jinder Mahal. Let's go, man. Clanging and banging. We out here. We out here, man. Let's talk about Backlash. Let me calm down. Let me calm myself down. Because I just went crazy. Oh, my God. That show was freaking amazing. Oh, my goodness. SmackDown Live, y'all put on a great show. My mom gonna kill me. I'm yelling and all this other stuff. I probably just woke up the whole house. But I had to do it one time for my boy Jinder, man. Oh, my goodness. We clanging and banging, man. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it actually happened. They actually pulled the trigger. Oh, my goodness. I'm going crazy over here. Hold on, man. Let me calm down. Welcome to the Backlash 2017 review and reactions. That was a reaction for you. That was just completely, I just started recording and just went crazy. Oh my goodness. We had a ton of matches here. For a majority of the show, most of the matches did not disappoint. Maybe like one or two fell short. But for the most part, I enjoyed the whole show. I gotta catch my breath real quick, but we're about to talk about Backlash right now. So let's start with the kickoff show match. Ty Dillinger beat Aiden English. Didn't really watch it, but I already knew what was going to happen. They had Ty Dillinger go over to get the crowd hyped up and set the tone for the night pretty much, and that's exactly what they did. I guess it was kind of competitive, but Ty Dillinger, of course, pulled it out. Got the crowd popping, doing the 10 count gimmick and all this other stuff, and that was great. So Ty Dillinger won. And then we heard on the kickoff show from Dolph Ziggler that him and Shinsuke Nakamura were going to start the night off. And that was a pretty interesting decision. I'm actually glad they did it because, the hype surrounding Shinsuke Nakamura, and based on what happened in the main event, this was cool. The crowd finally gets to see Shinsuke, and it's the first thing to kick off the actual show. So we had the match. I'm guessing Dolph thought this was just going to be a cakewalk or something. He wasn't expecting the flurry of offense by Shinsuke in the early going. Shinsuke was showing him exactly what he was made of. Dolph took advantage after they fought on the outside of the ring. Shinsuke got back in. They went for, a little bit of back and forth, trading blows and maneuvers with each other after that. Ziggler started to get cocky and started yelling at him, and this is my ring, and, whatever. And he started, paying the price for his cockiness. And then he went for a zigzag that he hit. Didn't get the 3 count on it. He went for a super kick that didn't connect. It was just throwing everything he had at Nakamura. Nakamura started turning the tables on him, using his strong style to his advantage. And those kicks, man, those kicks are deadly. They will knock you out if you don't get out the way. He went for an exploder suplex, but Ziggler landed on his feet and hit him with a super kick to the back of the head. That still wasn't enough to get the 3 count. And then Ziggler messed up. I don't know if he got tired. I mean, not tired, but I don't know if he got angry and just was like, you know what? Screw it. Forget it. I don't care. The ultimate disrespect. He spit in Shinsuke Nakamura's face. I didn't see that coming. I couldn't have called that. And then Shinsuke just went off after that. He almost got DQ'd for his relentless attack on Ziggler because somebody spit on you, you're going to go after him and try to kill him. He went to the top rope, tried to go for a Kinshasa, missed. Ziggler missed another super kick. Nakamura hit him with an exploder. Then Shinsuke connected with the Kinshasa, and that was all she wrote. He just needed one. Ziggler didn't kick out of it. The move is still protected. Ziggler looked and made Shinsuke look like $1,000,000 in this match. Nakamura picked up the victory. No surprise there. Good match. Hell of a debut for Nakamura. Hell of a match between these guys. Wonderful storytelling as well. Ziggler just thought this guy was just too overhyped, and he took it too far and, just thought that the guy wasn't going to kick his ass, but he wound up getting his ass kicked in the end, especially after he showed him disrespect by spitting in his face. He was already being disrespectful, but that just took it to a whole nother level. So great way to start off the night, and Shinsuke got the win. Next match I want to talk about, the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship match. The Usos versus Breezango. This may have been my favorite match of the night. I'm not sure. It may have. This man, Tyler Breeze, came out undercover as the janitor like he did during their whole Fashion Files thing they did on SmackDown this past Tuesday. So he came out, he had a freaking mop bucket, he was just mopping the floor on the way to the ring. Fandango's just in his normal thing. They're doing this whole Master of Disguise thing with Breeze, and it was different. I didn't expect this. It actually worked in this match. He even wrestled in the match with the mop and everything, and I thought he was going to get DQ'd or something, but he really didn't use it to, like, hit anybody with. He just kind of used it to get out the way, and he was just, I don't know, he was just playing mind games with the Usos pretty much. He got, at one point he, like, you know, shoved the mop in one of the Usos' face and, you know, used it for protection or whatever. And then the mop got over. They started chanting for the mop. And then one of the Usos, I think it was Jey Uso, he broke the mop. The crowd went bonkers. They were booing the hell out of him. It was just like Mitch the Plant and Francesca. They were freaking they were freaking going crazy when he broke the mop. So that was pretty funny. And then, you know, I guess he got out of the ring after that. Fandango came in there. And then Breeze came back into the match, but this time he was dressed like somebody's grandmother. And he got into the ring again, was just playing possum with them the whole time. He did a Bronco Buster. He like flashed the dress, but he still had his ring attire on up under it. The crowd went crazy for this match. It was freaking hype. I was like, what in the actual heck? I didn't expect them to book this match like this, but they did. The Usos were getting pissed off now. They ripped the dress off of Breeze. He was in his normal attire, and then Jimmy Uso took the dress and just tossed it out the ring towards the announce table, and I swear he hit JBL directly in the face with the dress. Like, perfect accuracy. They even had a replay to show that he hit him directly in the face. It was funny. He didn't expect to do that. He was just trying to get it out the ring, but he actually winded up hitting JBL in the face with it. Then the match actually did get a little bit serious. We got down to the nitty gritty. Tyler Breeze was trapped in the corner while one of the Usos was on top of the turnbuckles, and you know, he slid from up under him, tried to hit a power bomb, but the other Uso had tagged in and went for a super kick, but Breeze moved out of the way, and the other brother caught the super kick, and then he nailed him with the Unprettier. And I was like, oh my god, he pulled the Unprettier out of his freaking bag of tricks, because that was Christian's finisher, and he pulled that out, and he almost got the 3 count with that. I popped for that. That's one of my favorite finishing moves, and that was just freaking crazy. I couldn't believe when he pulled out the Unprettier. I was like, wow. Of all moves, you pulled that one out. So after that, the Usos, they throw Tyler Breeze through a barricade. He tried to dive from the ring apron to both of them. They wound up catching him. They were trying to throw him just into the barricade, but they kind of tossed him over it or whatever, and it was just like, you know what, screw it. Fandango ran from the ring and flew over the top rope onto both of them. One of them got back into the ring. He started climbing the turnbuckle to get back into the ring and dive down onto somebody. But instead, one of the Usos held his leg, and while he was, paying attention to him, he got super kicked from the top rope, fell off, and the Usos retained their tag team championships. And that was just a well put together match. I really enjoyed it. It played well with, Breezango and their whole fashion police gimmick, and now Tyler Breeze trying to be the master of disguise. So, I like how they worked that all together, how that played into the match. But it did turn serious. It got competitive in the end, but the Usos were able to retain their titles and remain the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. And I did pretty good on predictions tonight. I think I got 2 matches wrong, and the final match I only got wrong because I didn't think WWE was going to pull the trigger, but they pulled that trigger. They definitely did. We gonna get to it. I'm hyped to talk about that match. But yeah, so after that, we got Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin. 2 different type of styles clashing here. The powerhouse Baron Corbin met the evasive, high-flying, and very agile Sami Zayn. I said in my prediction that Sami won't stay down and will keep coming at you until he's got nothing left or until he finally wins, no matter what. Corbin was yelling at him for most of the match, and he just kept getting more and more frustrated because he couldn't keep Sami down. And Sami said in that promo before Corbin attacked him on SmackDown that, it's hurting his ego because he can't keep me down. He wants to keep me down and completely destroy me, but he can't do it. So it's affecting him. Zayn kept fighting all throughout the match. But every time he did come back, though, Corbin was right there to try to knock him back down and keep him down. But like I said, Zayn kept getting up. Corbin did that patented slide out of the ring, get back in, take your head off with a clothesline move. They need to name that move because that move, he does it a lot. That's one of his signatures. He worked on Sammy's lower back because I guess that was hurting or something. I forgot what happened to the point where his back was hurting. Corbin still frustrated, starting to lose composure a little bit. Sami countered a potential superplex into a sunset flip powerbomb, and then he went for the exploder suplex in the corner that would set up the haluva kick, but winded up catching a deep 6 instead. Still only a 2 count, and like I said, every time Corbin got a 2 counter, couldn't put Sami Zayn away, he was just getting more and more pissed. And then Zayn avoided Corbin. Corbin kind of flew out the ring and got back in. Wasn't really paying attention. Sami Zayn out of nowhere ran into him because Corbin was kind of like chilling in the corner. And he hit him with the damn haluva kick and picked up the win. I'm like, oh my goodness, Sami finally got a win. It's about time. I like the booking of that. Zayn needed this win for momentum to keep going forward. And Corbin isn't as hurt by this as much as it helps Zayn out a lot. Corbin will be fine. Corbin will probably throw him off, the arena on Tuesday or whatever. And all will be fine with Baron Corbin. He, like I said, I hope he wins Money in the Bank or something like that. Now is the time where he can start racking up wins because I believe that's their next pay-per-view. So, this loss doesn't hurt him that much, but it definitely helps Sami Zayn, and Corbin still looked dominant during the match. So that wasn't a bad thing for him to lose here. Backstage, the Singh brothers arrived with a limo behind them. They brought out a carpet for the Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. He comes out the limo, fully dressed up, looking like he just came from a session of clanging and banging. He says Chicago and America is full of haters. They take one look at him and hate him because of how he looks, how he talks, and and where he's from. He's going to take that hate and turn it into something positive, into something great. He's a peaceful man, but when he's provoked, he turns into an animal. He's going to turn the universe into a bunch of believers because he's the modern day Maharaja. And then he, goes on this tirade in Indian or whatever. Of course, I didn't understand what he was saying, but he spoke to his people. So nice promo from Jinder Mahal. Just hyping up the main event pretty much. Or whatever. After that, we got the 6-woman tag team match. The Welcoming Committee. Natalya, Carmella, and Tamina versus Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. I'm not gonna lie, this match was all over the place. It was hard to keep up with it. Hard to keep up with what was going on. Everybody was in this match all over. Tamina kept breaking up pinfalls to save her team. It seemed like, Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky were all on the same page. They just fell victim at the end to the Welcoming Committee, and Becky was forced to actually tap out to Natalya, who put her in the sharpshooter. They pick up the win. No turn happened, though. We didn't get anybody turning on anybody, which I predicted we would, but we winded up not getting that. And I thought that was strange, yet interesting. So I'm guessing there's some unfinished business between all these ladies, and we're going to, continue to see them go at it on SmackDown Live for a few more weeks. So yeah, it was an alright match. Next match we got Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles. Another match I really did enjoy for the United States Championship. The match started with Owens being the dominant one. Not surprising considering he has size over AJ. But AJ has the ability to strike quickly when he needs to. So he tried using that to his advantage. He was unloading on Owens with that strike combo that he does, the one that knocked Miz's tooth out, and used that forearm to gain the advantage. They started going back and forth with a ton of reversals and neck breakers, and just back and forth offense. It was pretty cool. Styles went for a Styles Clash from the freaking apron that probably would have killed Kevin Owens, but Owens slipped out of it and started working on AJ's knee again. Because if you remember last week on SmackDown, that was one of the focal points of him losing that match. And I said, when they had their match at Backlash, he was going to work on his knee. He hit him with the championship. He hit him with the United States Championship while he was on commentary. And that was the reason that AJ actually lost. So, that was cool. Whatever. That was a body part he could work on, get some heat off of, and everything. He had all different, submissions and stuff he was locking on to AJ, hoping he would tap out. They fought on the top rope, went for a superplex. AJ slipped out of that and powerbombed him. A couple high spots, there's this one move that AJ does, and Tom Phillips says it every time, but I can never remember the name or how to say it. The Roshi Goshi or something like that. It's like, it looks like a falcon arrow, and he drops him on his knee, and the back of their neck smacks into his knee. That's a pretty cool move. I'll try to remember the name of that next time. Fought a little bit more. AJ suplexed him on the apron. They were fighting on the apron again, and then they were winded up on the outside of the ring. Owens proceeded to throw him over into the timekeeper's area. After a while, AJ got back up, hit a phenomenal forearm, and he broke the 10 count because they almost got counted out, because AJ can't win the title off of a count out. Then he, got Owens on the announce table and tried to hit him with a Styles Clash, but Owens kind of pushed him a little bit, and AJ's knee, his injured knee, fell into one of the TV holes or the little monitor holes that they have on the announce table, and he was stuck, and Owens got back into the ring and won the match via countout. And I was like, okay, you know what? That's a pretty interesting way to end the match, but it actually works out for the best. Owens retained his title, and AJ didn't get pinned. So, they're protecting AJ in a way, but at the same time, they're still keeping the title on Owens. It was an interesting match, interesting finish, but I like the way they did it. This was pretty cool. A lot of booking decisions tonight, even if I, didn't predict them to be right, they turned out to be pretty good. So that was another good match. We had Erick Rowan versus Luke Harper squash match. Luke Harper won because 50-50 booking. It was really just a cool down match. They went back and forth, very physical. I didn't pay attention to it that much. What they're doing with Luke Harper, I don't know. Who knows what they're doing with him? He almost went to main eventing WrestleMania. Now he's just facing Erick Rowan, who they've built up a little bit ever since he won. He was on Talking Smack last week, and then on the Kickoff Show, he just kept coming to the Kickoff Show table or whatever, and was just creeping everybody out, and then he wound up losing. So I don't know what the hell they're doing here. Like I said, Luke Harper won because 50-50 booking. That's all I can really equate that to, I should say. And then finally, we got to the main event. Randy Orton versus the Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, for the WWE Championship. Randy was like, screw the introductions, and he went and attacked Jinder Mahal because Jinder started talking to the Singh brothers, and turned his back on the Orton, which is a big mistake. You never turn your back on the Viper. And he just started taking him out, was throwing him into ring poles and everything, barricades outside the ring. He threw him over the announce table. He just was not playing with Jinder. He was not having it. The match hadn't even started yet. They finally got back into the ring. Orton just stood in the corner and waited for him to get himself together. And the match finally started. And Orton still went on the attack. It was just like Jinder was absolutely stunned. He didn't know what to do. Kept rolling out of the ring. Orton would chase him. Finally, that proved to be bad for Orton because Jinder threw him into the little video board on the outside of the ring. Was able to finally slow him down, gain the advantage. Was doing pretty good until in the ring when they were fighting. He ran at him into the corner, but Orton moved out of the way. Jinder hit the freaking ring post. They did a nice superplex spot and actually hit it. Jinder taking the worst part of that, and Randy only got the 2 count. Somehow during the match, Randy's shoulder started to bother him, and if you know Randy Orton, you know he needs that shoulder because it only takes 1 RKO to win a match. So, you know, they were definitely hyping up the RKO, and since his shoulder was hurt, it kind of weakened the strength if he actually was to hit an RKO. The Singh brothers kept, you know, getting involved and whatever, and kept trying to, you know, help Jinder out a little bit as much as they could. He got tired of it, and, you know, he threw them both into barricades. And when Jinder got back into the ring after he threw Orton in, because Orton wasn't paying any attention to him, he got caught with an RKO. He threw Orton in the ring first and slid in. Orton caught him. Boom, RKO. But Orton started favoring his shoulder a little bit. Couldn't immediately get the cover on Jinder. And by then the Singh brothers had got up and they got Jinder Mahal back out the ring one more time. Orton was pissed again. He got back out, and this time he just killed them. He threw them, he like tossed them onto the announce tables. One of them he kind of did way too much, and he kind of looked at the camera like, ooh, I might have just killed him. And then he took it a step further by, you know, grabbing both of them, brought them up to the ring apron, and went for the double DDT that he does, planted them. Boom, but like I said, he wasn't paying attention to Jinder Mahal. Jinder slides into the ring behind him, grabs him, hits him with the Colossus, and we have a new WWE champion, and his name is Jinder Mahal. Holy crap, have they gone all in on this guy, Jinder Mahal. I freaking popped. I know I picked Orton in my freaking predictions video, but I just thought that's what they were going to go with. They freaking pulled the trigger. Clanging and freaking banging. Hard Body Mahal is the WWE champion. I'm freaking happy. Orton wasn't doing nothing with the title, though I do appreciate the match that he did have tonight. This was a good match. This was a very, very good match. Very good main event. Has me hyped up for SmackDown this Tuesday. I want to see what's going to happen next. Oh my goodness, this man is actually WWE champion on his first try. This is crazy. This is craziness. This never really happens that often. It happens once in a while, but it's very often. It's not very often that it happens. I'm freaking happy. I know there was people going crazy. Either they were really happy or really pissed that Jinder won. Jinder was getting good crowd reaction the whole match. They were chanting for him, either, you know, in a negative way or a positive way. It was just, oh my goodness, just incredible. Gotta give Randy Orton credit. He made Jinder Mahal look like $1 million in this match. Credit to him. This was not a boring match by any stretch of the imagination, and I definitely enjoyed every part of it. And now we got a new WWE champion, so we'll see what happens on SmackDown Live this Tuesday. But my boy pulling up with the WWE Championship in the limo, clanging and banging. And we about to be in here, man. The Maharaja is the WWE champion. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section down below. Sorry I yelled in the mic to begin the review. Rest in peace, headphone users. But that's just how it goes sometimes. I got really, really hyped up. I was actually genuinely surprised he won. Oh my goodness. Let me know your reactions to everything down in the comment section. Was this better than NXT TakeOver? No, it wasn't. But it was not a bad show. It was a really good show. But NXT was just next level, so I can't really compare, you know, that to that, because NXT was just on a whole nother level. But this was a good, very, very good show. Probably one of the best of the year for, you know, the WWE shows. So let me know what you guys think about that. Slap a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. If I broke your headphones, I'm sorry. I can't buy you new ones, but just watch more videos, I guess. I don't know. And I'll talk to you guys later on. Peace.